Here's something in terms of an economic reminder: the rich man versus the working man. So the rich man owns his time, the working man sells his hours. And I want you to think about that in this sense. One falsehood in terms of how we're taught about economics is we're taught to trade time for money, which is an unfair trade. That's an unequal exchange for you, largely because your time is limited. Whereas money's kind of unlimited for the most part. So when you're selling hours of your life, it doesn't just cap the amount of money that you can actually make, but it also causes you eventually to trade things that are more valuable than money. And so, really, when people talk about ownership, we talk about ownership of real estate, we talk about ownership of stocks and bonds, we talk about ownership of a business. Well, I would encourage you to start ownership by saying, how do I own my time? Right? Ownership of your time is incredibly powerful. It's incredibly valuable. And it's the kind of realization that you only have when you get that experience. When I first started as an entrepreneur and started doing my thing, I remember even when I wasn't making money, even when the money was actually negative, I just loved the fact that I could get up on a Tuesday and go to the movies, or I could sleep in whenever I felt like it, or I could call my grandmother before she passed and talk to her in the afternoon and not have that interrupted by a job. And so I'm not making fun of anybody that has a job. I respect hard work 100%, but I personally think that ownership of your time, I think, should be one of the goals. In fact, you're born owning your time. You're born owning your time. At some point, somebody convinces you to sell out. Somebody convinces you that your time is not supposed to be your time. That's part of the indoctrination process, in my opinion.